And Moiya, you were testifying in Congress on behalf of creators and artists, and how did that go for you? Because Congress isn't really known as being necessarily the deepest when it comes to technology.
No, but
Is that too kind?
I was there talking with a lot of Senate staffers who themselves have academic and scientific backgrounds, so they were very interested in the tech side of the AI issue. I am less interested in the tech side of the AI issue and more interested in how we can protect human artists from their careers and livelihoods being taken away by generative AI. Several times we've been talking about this name, image, and likeness issue. That's one of the policies that the Human Artistry Campaign is really trying to push for on Capitol Hill right now, because there is no federal right to control how your name, image, voice, likeness are used in the media. And so that's why you end up with voice clones or image clones that really rocked at least the music industry a few months ago, and one of the reasons that the Human Artistry Campaign really blew up in their activity. You can look out for some policies that are going to be about name, image, and likeness, this right to publicity in the coming months, because we really need to have legislation controlling how AI is used, how generative AI is used.
Does it mean if someone does that, I could sue you and there's something to protect me about that versus it being in the air?
In the air?
In the air, like up in the air, like, oh, well, there's no rules around this, so I potentially could do this.
Yeah, exactly. And there are some states, California, for example, that do have laws in place that say you can't just use someone's name, image, and likeness, but that's not federal. And all of the states have different details about how that law is enforced. So once we have a federal policy, then we'd have protection.
And where's like the companies that are using these tools? They should be held accountable.
Oh, I agree. The Human Artistry Campaign agrees. We are not just working with the government to try and get policies in place, we are also trying to get the individual software developers to commit to having ethical practices, to commit to having transparency in what their algorithms look like, so that we know what type of data they've used and we know how much of that gets put into the output. And we want to make sure that because it's going to happen, when artists' work gets put into these algorithms, they should have consent first. You should opt in to having your work used in these training models. You should get credit so that you know when you've generated something whose work was used, and those artists should be compensated for it.
Yeah.